In the previous video, we have discussed about the production cost in short run. So this is actually the continuation of the past video. That is, here we will be covering the production cost in the long run. So when I say long run, it usually refers to more than 1 year. Okay, so in the long run, as in the case of production, in the cost of case also, we assume that all the factors of production are subject to variability, that all the factors of production are variable in the long run. So the existing size of the plant or building, it can be increased or decreased in the long run because you have time to plan or you have time to plan for the changes and all. So there are no fixed inputs or cost in the long run. What we have only is what we have only in this period is the variable aspect only, and there is no distinction between the total long run total cost and long run variable cost because we don't have the element of fixed cost in the long run. Coming to the total cost long run, that what is the total cost? Here we could see from the diagram itself, it is see that is actually the minimum cost at which the given level of output can be produced. That is the total cost, and it is always less than or equal to the short run total cost, but it is very important to note that it is never more than the total short run cost. Okay. And actually the long run cost is considered to be is actually formed by joining the minimum points of the short run cost. Here you can see a different short run cost curve, that is STC1, STC2, STC3, and these three are actually representing the three different plant sizes, and by joining the minimum points of STC1, STC2 and STC3, what you get is the long run total cost. Now coming to the average cost, that is what is the average long run cost? That is what we are going to discuss in this particular slide. Actually, this is actually equal to the long run total cost divided by the level of output. That you know, right? Whenever we are asked about the average aspect, we have to understand that it is formed by dividing the total divided by the units of output produced. Okay, now here the derivation of long run average cost is done from the short run average cost as what we have done in the case of average production or average products and all. Okay, so in the short run we know that the plant size is fixed, and in the short run it actually corresponds to a particular plant. But in the long run, what we have to understand is that this is long run average cost curve is known as the planning curve, and this is formed by joining the minimum points of all the short run average cost curve. And here if you understand, if you try to understand, if you look into the figure, you can see that the minimum point of both the short run cost curve and the long run cost curve coincide at one particular point, and that level of production is shown as point P. Now here you could see that up to point M, what happens is that LAC slopes downward, and this is actually due to the increasing returns to scale, and whereas in the case of at M, LAC becomes constant, and after M, LAC actually slopes upwards due to diminishing returns to scale. After discussing the total cost aspect and marginal cost aspect, average cost aspect in the long run, here we discuss the marginal cost, and the marginal cost is actually in the long run is found to be adding all the marginal cost curves in the short run. Okay, so this cost is actually derived from the short run marginal cost. On the graph you can see that all the marginal cost curves in the short run, the midpoint of these are, the minimum point of these are added together, or these are joined in order to arrive at the long run marginal cost. This LMC is derived from the points of tangency between LAC and SAC, that you have to understand. So with that, we end today's video. Please like, share and subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.